So I just want to remind people, because this came up at the debate, that the co-founder of the Taliban was a guy named Abdul Ghani Baradar. It's right there in Wikipedia.
Tonight. This is the part where Donald Trump invented somebody. He invented a person who doesn't exist in addition to the people he says are eating dogs. This is another person who doesn't exist. His name is Abdul.
Welcome to Dave's Club. I'm glad you're here. The lying is beyond belief in the mainstream media. You gotta see this to believe it. Thanks to Jimmy Dore.
So I just want to remind people, because this came up at the debate, that the co-founder of the Taliban was a guy named Abdul Ghani Baradar. It's right there in Wikipedia. It's right there at the Britannica. Abdul Ghani Baradar, Taliban leader. It's right there. It doesn't. And so why do I bring this up? Because they pretended that Donald Trump was out of his mind when he said that he negotiated with the leader of the Taliban, Abdul. And let's watch this is your news media. Watch this.
Tonight. This is the part where Donald Trump invented somebody. He invented a person who doesn't exist in addition to the people he says are eating dogs. This is another person who doesn't exist. His name is Abdul.
And Abdul is the head of the Taliban. He is still the head of the Taliban. And I told Abdul, don't do it anymore. You do it anymore, you're going to have problems.
Maybe the reason that VP Harris is looking at him that way is one that she's probably thinking maybe he should go back to the old folks home and have a bowl of Jell-O. Or she might also think to herself, no. The head of the Taliban's name is not Abdul. It is Hibatullah Akhundzada. So maybe he couldn't remember that. You know, I had to write it down to know it. Your thoughts on his response in making up Abdul as a person that isn't real?
No one can really confirm who this Taliban person named Abdul is, who he said he'd talk to.
You do a Google search. It's the first thing that comes up.
Aren't these
they're just lying? First of all, she made her bones lying for torturers and the Bush administration, and now she's embraced by shit libs on MSNBC. You don't think she's still lying? This is the most bizarre lie I've seen come out of the debate. So I'll play the rest of it.
It's the bizarrest bit in the whole debate, where he describes the leader of the Taliban as a guy called Abdul. It's a completely non-existent person. He's just chosen the one Muslim name he can remember. It's like, I don't know, the leader of the Taliban saying, that guy John who leads the West, or is it Billy? That's the kind of sort of wacky direction she sent his head in because she had prepared so well.
What's so frustrating about this is when the media lies to your face in such a blatant way. They really think we're stupid. I feel offended.
So that's called propaganda, and that's military-industrial complex sponsored propaganda coming right from Joe Scarborough, right from that guy, right from Joanne Reid, right from the former press secretary for George Bush. I can't think of her name. But I know that all those people know they're lying. You know how I know I know they're lying? Because again, a simple Google search would show you that that's who the leader of the Taliban is. It's right in Wikipedia. It's right in the Britannica. But watch this. Watch how many people knew that his name was Abdul before Donald Trump said it at that debate.
The man who now leads the Taliban in Afghanistan, Mullah Abdul Ghani Baradar.
Mullah Abdul Ghani Baradar, co-founder of the Taliban.
I could hear in Mullah Baradar's voice that he knew President Trump meant business.
CBS News has confirmed that CIA Director William Burns met secretly in Kabul with the Taliban's de facto leader Abdul Ghani Baradar.
We have learned that CIA Director William Burns traveled to Kabul for a secret meeting with Taliban leader Abdul Ghani Baradar.
A Taliban co-founder, Mullah Abdul Ghani Baradar, who oversaw the signing of the U.S. withdrawal agreement last year.
How quickly they forget. And that smug look on Joy Reid's face. She is one of the worst human beings on the planet, I think.
Tonight. This is the part where Donald Trump invented somebody. He invented a person who doesn't exist in addition to the people he says are eating dogs. This is another person who doesn't exist. His name is Abdul.
You know what pisses me off? How they can waste everyone's fucking time with this all day and night.
It's all about how crazy Trump is.
But wasting the American people's time or anybody's time is fucking precious. I cannot believe that people sit around, listen to this, and then call their friends and say, "Oh my God!" It's so insulting. And she was the most insulting to the American people. Even just it's telling people who's endorsing her and assuming that nobody is going to know anything about all of the neocons, that facilitated the most heinous fucking crimes of all time. I don't understand it. And it has to be outed somehow. And no matter how loud we are, it doesn't matter.
And here's a Democratic congressman who gave me a certificate of award for being a truth teller, Ted Lieu. Listen to what he says.
The best way to oppose fake news is for people to watch outlets like MSNBC, where you report real news all the time.
Oh my Lord.
Microsoft
NBC. Microsoft
The best
NBC.
way to oppose fake news is for people to watch outlets like MSNBC, where you report real news all the time.
Jeez, what a tool Ted Lieu is. A complete shill for the bureaucratic state. Incredible.
That's like saying the best way to fight Hunter Biden's drug abuse is to abandon him in Las Vegas. That's why. Hey, do you have an ant invasion in your house? Plug the hole with breadcrumbs.
Exactly. Amazing.
The best way to combat obesity: get a bucket of chicken wings and watch other people play sports. And this again, the people who watch MSNBC aren't going to watch this video. They're not going to. I know people who watch it. My old roommate. They just memory hole everything. It didn't happen. It's like when I said, hey, they all lied about the vaccine. They said it would stop transmission. Nobody ever said that. And then I'll show them a video of everybody from Fauci to the president to Rachel Maddow to Anderson Cooper to Bill Gates, all of them saying that. And then, you know what they say? They go, oh, no, that was before they knew.
I mean, do you blame the media, or do you blame also the stupidity of the American people to a degree? And I hate calling anybody stupid, but I am starting to wonder how there's just too much information out there. Why isn't anybody trying to find any? It's
just because because we have 6 giant media companies. That's where most of the people get their information from. And that 6 giant media companies are controlled by the blob. Right, the same people who buy the politicians own the media companies, and so it's like they can't go like every channel I turn on says the Ukraine war is a good thing that we should support it. Every channel, no matter if it's Fox News or MSNBC or ABC or CBS or NPR, they all say it's a good thing. It's got to be a good thing. Barack Obama says it's a good thing,
but the rebels. Where are the fucking rebels?
Well,
where are the free thinkers? I feel like I feel like we slipped into another dimension 3 years ago. And everybody, there's just a few people that are
we
still...
did during COVID.
I know.
The people who I used to look up to in comedy completely abandoned not only their audience, but me. I don't have respect. They call me sometimes and I can't call them back. Because there's no way I can go out and talk about anything else except, aren't you fucking embarrassed?
Don't you feel like the good comedians are still around, though? The good ones?
There's the
ones that got weeded out, the free thinkers?
Most of them left. A lot of them,
Really?
Joe Rogan left. Kurt Metzger just left.
Yeah.
You show me somebody, there's a few in Los Angeles that kept their, Jeff Dye. He's another great comedian who kept his head about him during COVID and questioned the narrative like a comedian's supposed to do. Right. But I remember standing in the back of the comedy club in Burbank and watching 2 of my former favorite comedians on stage, close friends of mine, do that thing about, oh, what are you going to do your own research? And I couldn't bite my tongue. My friend came off stage, we're in the back of the room, and I go, are you really telling people to stay ignorant? Is that what you're using your comedy for? To tell people to follow rules without question? What the fuck is wrong with you? They don't want to talk to me after that.
When did that start?
Yeah, I've had the same issue with friends of mine as well. This mind virus ruins friendships. It's kind of scary.
That started with COVID. Did they fucking spray something out of the airplanes that wasn't just fucking chemtrails? That just basically some minds were just easily penetrable? Was there something? I don't understand it.
I don't understand it either.
It's like an aphrodisiac almost, that these people are in some strange hypnotic.
To see a CNN news anchor call out Kamala Harris for her woke ideology, click here and I will see you over there.